it says luxury more than a bottle of premium champagne. But there's actually Methode Traditionelle wine being made in New Zealand that's knocking those high-end champagne brands off the top shelf. In fact, there's a group in New Zealand that is so proud of what they do, they're so passionate about it, they've emerged frothing and fizzing with their very own Methode appellation.
So we're off to Marlborough to find out more, starting with a lesson in what the traditional method actually is.
Riddling as a whole concept is lifting the bottle up a little and turning it slightly so that yeast eventually ends up down in the neck of the bottle.
Then we meet the #1 family of fizz in New Zealand.
Yeah!
And we meet the next generation at Hunters to see what bubbling plans are in their future.
I've always wanted a pink Miru. Took 30 years, finally it's there.
It's going to be thirsty work, people, but someone's got to do it. Champagne. We all know what that is. A flute of fantastic tasting fizz that probably costs a small fortune. But did you know the climate and terroir of Marlborough makes crisp, acidic wine that ages beautifully? Meaning that it works perfectly for really good bubbles.
Matt Elric, you're the chairperson of Methode Marlborough Group.
I'm proud actually to be part of such a wide-ranging and interesting group of spectacular wine producers.
It's been going since 2013. How did it kick off? What was the...
Adele Lebrun, Daniel Lebrun's lovely wife, has had the vision really for Methode Marlborough for a long time. The email went out, who's keen, who's interested in joining this group, and 10 people turned up, and those 10 people are still in the group.
There's a quality list that you have to hit. Do you audit people, or is there an element of trust?
There's definitely an element of trust. We do put forward each year which wines comply with those rules. So we can audit them if we like, but I think there's enough trust within the group to know that that everyone is there.
Me personally, from a wine reviewing side of things, I can't remember the last time I was ever disappointed with a bottle of Marlborough Methode Traditionelle.
The key thing about that is that we've all got the same goal of producing high quality bottle fermented wines. That wee guy who's producing a few hundred cases and that big guy who's producing a few 100,000 cases, they all want the same thing. They all want high quality.
It's not the easiest style of wine to make, is it?
Well, I think we're seasoned professionals, so we like to make very difficult things look easy, and I think we're not too bad at that.
The rules are that the group may only use the classic 3 champagne grapes, Chardonnay, Pinot Noir and Pinot Meunier. They have to be grown in Marlborough and they must be aged in the bottle on their lees for at least 18 months. But there's actually much more to it than that.
For us, for example, it starts right when you pick the grapes. So we pick them very, 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 very early in the season. So we're looking for a lot of acid.
The refreshing acidity, I think that's what makes Methode Marlborough wine stand apart, is that freshness and crispness and acidity and liveliness that you get from the climate that we have.
Then we get the wines very, very dry in tank, which is very traditional. And then from there, we put it through full malolactic fermentation.
We come up with our blends at that stage. That's a really, really critical part of the process in terms of our style that we're aiming for with each wine that we're making.
You make a still wine, and then following that there will be the process of making a Methode Traditionelle, which is another second fermentation in the bottles.
The wine needs to mature in bottle for at least 18 months. For me, that's quite important.
It takes 3 years from picking, first fermentation, the art of blending, tirage, bottling, sleeping in the dark, the yeast eating the sugar. That becomes the bubble, the bead.
From there, we need to do the riddling process, which is, if you can imagine, the bottle is lying horizontally on its side, and there's a layer of yeast lying along the bottom. So what we're trying to do, the riddling as a whole concept, is lifting the bottle up a little and turning it slightly so that yeast eventually ends up down in the neck of the bottle. We then freeze the neck of the bottle, and then that little yeast plug, when we turn it upside down under pressure, gets popped out.
It's very strict. These wines are actually held on lees, so the conditions are perfect to make vintage Methode Traditionelle, which will rival and surpass many champagnes. This is true every year, and that's my French shrug.
So, needless to say, the monthly Methode Marlborough meetings are full of sparkle as well. And today we're lucky enough to be at Alan Scott Winery, where the kitchen team are experts at matching Marlborough Methode with a meal.
Welcome again, Methode Marlborough Group. It's good to have you here, and it's great to be able to toast Methode Marlborough in such a auspicious spot and with such fantastic food. Because as we know, Methode Marlborough goes so well with food, doesn't it?
So Nicola, tell me what's in your glass.
I've got the 2011 Spy Valley Echelon.
So what's the style of Echelon?
It's very dry, so brut zero pretty much. Works perfectly with the oysters, the seafood that we have here in Marlborough. It's delicious.
That lovely minerally, slightly salty character that you get in that seafood, I think works really, really well. What kind of style is it though, compared to say the other methodes on the table?
Look, it's Pinot dominant, so 75% Pinot Noir. So I think it has quite a sort of subtle power to it.
We're sipping away on Cecilia Vintage, which is Blanc de Blanc.
It's a Blanc de Blanc.
100% Chardonnay. It's a drier style. It's not for everyone.
Okay, well, I'll just show you if it's for me. Yes, it's for me. I think you're onto something really magical, and I feel really privileged to have been part of it today. Cheers to you guys. Cheers. Fantastic.
Coming up, it's the #1 Lebrun family. Years ago, when I first started out in the wine business, one name was synonymous with salubrious sparkling wine from our shores, and that was Lebrun, Daniel Lebrun. But this was not how I expected to be getting a tour of his grapevines.
So tell me about this truck. What is it?
It's a 1962 Mercedes Unimog.
How much do you think you've spent restoring it?
Probably eight or nine.
8,000 or 9,000.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I love it.
It's as good as new now.
Now you come from 12 generations of champagne makers.
Well,
is that right? Or are you the 12th generation?
Rephrase it. 12 generations of vignerons in Champagne. My great-grandfather started making champagne, and it has been, the norm in the family ever since.
So why did you choose Marlborough?
I was convinced right from the start that New Zealand could produce a world-class sparkling wine. It has always been my aim, if you like, to produce something as good, if not better, than the real thing.
So did people think you were crazy?
I ended up with the nickname of the Crazy Frenchman. I believe one of the best matches for the #1 wines is fresh oysters.
How much pressure is inside that bottle?
About 6 bar.
To me, it smells like lemon.
Yeah, it's quite lemony, citrusy.
It kind of livens up your taste buds. It kicks them into action.
It does. Firm acidity with a bit of caviar, if you like.
Caviar on the oyster? Are you serious?
Yes.
Okay. Oh my gosh, that's so juicy. And then the wine just cleans it all up, doesn't it?
It does. To me, it's a real good match.
What does this remind you of when you're drinking this wine?
Vintage champagne. A great wine should be a bit like a spider, so many legs in so many different directions. So I'd like to think this is harmonious.
Okay. I'm liking harmonious as opposed to spider-like, but that's okay. It's all right.
The other half of the Lebrun #1 family, right from the very beginning, has been Adele. She's been running the company and doing the marketing as well as raising a family, and so Daniel decided to make a tribute wine especially for her.
The very first Adele was 23 years ago, and I thought that was the one and only, but Daniel decided that perhaps my Diamond Jubilee deserved another one. So consequently,
the second version
the
of
diamonds.
Adele.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It smells incredible, like cashews and cream and lemon pith.
So this was actually released 3.5 years ago, going on 4 years ago. And to me, it was a little bit tight, a little bit young, unlike the person it was made for. And Now we're developing nicely, thank you.
How did this journey begin?
Daniel always bites his fingernails when he's excited.
Okay.
And this is him when he first saw what you could do here. He brought in his varieties. He selected Chardonnay, Pinot Noir and Meunier. He chose his clones, grew them in the nursery, brought them down, and then because he planted them so close together, he had to have an overhead tractor, which he brought in from Champagne. And Daniel was so passionate about Marlborough being the champagne of the Antipodes. That's all he could think of. He's very obsessive, as you saw with the Unimog.
Such a good wine.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. You've got a very talented husband.
I know.
Don't tell him that. I won't say anything.
But he is. He's
pretty clever.
He really can.
Hi, I'm Sam, and I'm the General Manager and a Director here at Number One.
My name's Anthony Schroeder, and my job role, I have lots of jobs in the winery. One of my main jobs is engineer.
We've been here quite a while, haven't we, Ant?
A long time.
So we all become part of the family, don't we, Ant?
Certainly do.
Yeah.
Daniel and Adele's children, Remy and Virginie, both set out to forge careers outside of Fizz, and yet they've discovered their ties to their champenoise roots run very deep.
When did you kind of realise the sort of depth of history that the Lebrun family has with champagne?
The first record of a Lebrun making champagne in Champagne is 1684, so it's 332 years that it's been in the family on record.
That's incredible.
So, no pressure, right?
No. Whereabouts in Champagne is the village, the area that the family comes from?
So it's about 8 minutes outside of Épernay, and it's a village called Montlon. Papa still has vines there, so a small amount of vines we do. My favourite family heirloom is the old press. Our old press white is just incredible.
It's as manual as you can get.
Yeah, it's all iron and wood. Up on that top beam, when it was a particularly good year, it's written in chalk, in French, the year of the grape wine. To lose it, I think, just would shatter my heart. So I don't ever want for that to happen. And so how could we ever walk away or not come into the business and continue that?
For many, many years, I completely resisted it because I didn't like the idea of, I felt that I'd be piggybacking on our parents' success. It wasn't until July last year when we went over and I saw it all firsthand. I saw and I had this very profound, overwhelming sense of the family's history, like come washing over me and seeing it physically as an adult. No one was more surprised than myself. After I was there, I came back and I sat our parents down and I was like, I'm going to put aside everything else. You've got me 100%.
Yeah.
And yeah, not a big surprise to the parents, but big surprise to me because I didn't think I'd feel that way.
And he's made a bottle of wine each for you.
Yes.
For significant events in your life. What is that like?
So Cuvée Virginie, 80-20, Chardonnay Pinot Noir.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Really lifted sort of cashew and almond and lemon. There's stone fruit in there too. It is really rich, but it's very balanced and it's very buoyant. And Remy, you've got your own wine too. Tell us about it.
It was always going to be the brother wine to Virginie's one, so very much had a more masculine style than feminine style.
In blind competition up against champagnes, this has come up as appropriately number one.
Tiny, tiny little bubbles.
That's why he's an artist at what he does. A small part of it being the balance of yeast versus sugar and litres and all that kind of thing, and how long you leave it for, and the acidity.
Cheers to growing up Lebrun.
These days, it's a rare thing for Daniel and Adele to have both children in the same country, let alone under the same roof. So when that happens, a feast is definitely on the cards.
Is everybody ready?
Yeah! Well done.
Thank you, Lebrun.
On a chef sabreur.
In true French tradition, dinner is a 4-course feast, with each course perfectly matched to the wine, starting with gravlax of salmon with the assemblage. A confit duck with truffle potatoes and blue cheese, cos and chestnuts for the rosé.
Okay, everybody. Bon appétit.
Bon appetit! Cheers. Alright, that's the most extreme looking cheese board.
We're going to have the Blanc de Noir here that we made for Daniel's special birthday. This was actually done in secret.
So were you impressed with this wine?
Surprise, yes, certainly impressed. They did that in hiding from me. I thought that was quite an achievement.
And then to finish, a little lemony posset pudding with the classic #1 wine.
Thank you so much, Lebrun family, for the most amazing Wednesday that I think I've ever had. You guys are just gold. Been absolutely brilliant. Cheers. Cheers, everyone. Cheers.
Coming up, it's the next generation at Hunters.
So you've decided you're going to buy your friend a bottle of wine as a gift. Fantastic idea, but don't make the mistake of choosing a bottle that you like. Make sure you think about your friend. Think about the kinds of things that they like to drink or the things that they like to taste. Are they a milky tea or a flat white person? Then you could opt for Chardonnay or Pinot Gris or a Viognier. Something like that will do the trick. If there's someone that always brings spicy steak to a barbecue, then go for something like Syrah or Cabernet or a really grunty Merlot. Have they got a sweet tooth? Maybe choose a dessert wine or something sweet and sticky. If you're really unsure about what they're going to like, I'd always go for a bottle of champagne. It's a surefire hit every time.
Started over 30 years ago, way before growing grapes in Marlborough was such a huge thing, Hunter's wines have proven that not only can they stand the test of time, but they've also remained a successful family-run enterprise, with the remarkable Jane Hunter at the helm.
Can you please illustrate for me the Hunter's Wines family tree?
Okay, so I have to step out of it a bit.
Okay.
And first start with my dad, who is no longer with us, but he had the vineyard in South Australia.
Brian, your dad?
Brian, my dad. Okay, so then we have me and my sister Libby. Then I married Ernie Hunter and Libby married Peter McDonald. They came over in 1991 and Peter's been working with me since then. So Libby and Peter have James, my oldest nephew, and Edward, my younger nephew. And they've gradually come into the business.
Is it important for you to keep the business within the family?
It's not the prime aim of having the business. In the end, they have to be the right people.
Sure.
And James has slotted into his job as chief winemaker exceptionally well, and he's very mature and very calm as well, which is great. And Edward has really just slotted into his position as well.
So is it a little bit nail-biting, thinking about the new generation coming through?
Oh, not at all. It's extremely relaxing. I can see myself having some time off,
So while Edward is working at getting his head around running the books, James is in his element out in the vines, with a healthy respect and love for the history of Hunters.
So this is Merlot, and you don't see a lot of it in Marlborough anymore. It used to be quite prevalent, and these vines were planted about 20 years ago, and they've got these lovely cordons that spread across the wire, and they're so entrenched now that they've actually wrapped themselves around the wire, so if we ever wanted to get rid of them, we'd have to take out all the trellising. It would be a very big job, so I think we'll just hold on to them.
But today it's the Pinot Gris grapes that are all coming off the vines. And this harvester is another piece of kit that happens to be a Hunter's heirloom.
This fruit is impeccable. It's just so deliciously sweet.
Thank you.
Lovely.
We'll tell the harvester driver to keep going.
So these have been here for a while, but you've got some new things on the go. You've been doing some interesting stuff in the winery lately.
Yeah, I took over the winemaking about 2 years ago, so this is my second vintage, and it's been a roller coaster ride, let's put it that way. We have been doing some really cool things with sparkling wine. I went to Champagne for the first time in October and had a really good look around there, and picked up some really good ideas. Sparkling wine's a big part of what we do here at Hunters.
Well, you're famous for it.
Yeah, with the Miru Miru, and one of the things that we did was we brought out a rosé sparkling wine.
How's it made? What's the composition?
So it's Pinot Noir led, so about 70% Pinot Noir, 20% Chardonnay with a little bit of Pinot Meunier. We then aged it on lees for 4 years, which gave it a bit of depth and a bit of character and a bit of more of a serious note. So we're really happy with it.
How's your life changed since becoming, chief winemaker here?
Well, I really do miss the toys, driving tractors and the harvesters.
You've driven this harvester that came past
I was
before?
driving it yesterday, believe it or not. My favourite toy at the moment is a big bulldozer we've got for pushing up all the grape marks. So every now and again, every couple of days I go out there and
get on the
it's
dozer.
like being a 5-year-old in a sandpit again.
James shares the role of chief winemaker with Enos, who's been at Hunters since 2007, and he has a particular passion for the sparkling wines in their stable. So what better place to try the whole range of Hunters Methode traditional wines than the busy cellar door? The Miru Miru is a non-vintage blend of wines from various years, and this is the wine that they're famous for. But now there's the Reserve, which is made from grapes picked in a particular year and then aged on lees for at least 3 years.
The next bubble is our non-vintage rosé.
And that is so different again. When you taste it on its own, you get the peach and the orange zest and the nuts.
Each one is unique, and each one you can enjoy on its own. Each one has got its own direction. All three is really beautiful wines.
And of course, the next big question is what to eat with the new sparkling rosé.
So, Yvonne, this has been 30 years in the making.
30 years?
Yeah. I've always wanted a pink Miru Miru. It took 30 years, finally it's there. Patience.
Patience. How do you get the colour to look like this?
It's from the skins of the Pinot Noir. It is tricky, but...
Well, you're onto a winner. Love that aroma. It's like strawberry shortcake. The thing that I really like about it is it's nice and dry.
Yes.
It's really crisp and it's really dry, and I think a lot of people think if it's pink, it's going to be sweet. But I love the fact that here we've got nice rich salmon and creamy cheese, and both are just working beautifully. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers, everyone.
Beautiful.